Why, hello everybody, Spencer here, also known as Lego Dude 11, coming to you from the Lego Dude 11 studio again this month. And this is my first video this month of February. Pretty exciting stuff coming out this semester, and today is a television vlog video. If you're new to this, I do these once in a while. I normally sit down here and do movie and TV show reviews, but this is a new one where I'm talking about a vlog, talking about parks and recreation. So yes, I did a video, a couple videos about, well, one video about the Office Lego set. If you missed that, I'll put some cards up there about the Lego Office set. I've made a video, I made a rumor video about the leak video about it coming out, and then I made the another video about the Lego Office review set that I got for Christmas last year. And then I made a video talking about Lego or the Office show itself. But today is the day we're going to be talking about Parks and Rec. So please join me if you will, and in this little vlog review. Let's get to it, guys. Alright, so here's my TV with Parks and Rec up and loaded itself. And as I mentioned before, I have concluded the entire show. So not only am have I watched it, but I've finished it. I wanted to make that pretty clear to you guys that after we watched The Office, my family and I, my parents and I did watch the entire series of Parks and Rec. So where I stand on this, after The Office it's my favorite comp. I think The Office, I grew up watching The Big Bang Theory, but after watching The Office, that really changed my level of sitcoms for me. And I have actually right over there, I have both The Big Bang Theory and The Office set, and they look glorious next to each other, even the Friends set. But this show, I'm going to sit down and just kind of zoom in. So there's 7, if I go over here, here's the cast, and I love the cast itself. The cast, let me say, so there's 7 seasons in total. There's 9 seasons of The Office, and I'm not saying that because The Office has more, that it makes it better. I'm not saying that at all. Yeah, each season has different stuff. I mean, every season of a show has a different flavor, but I don't want to spoil too much in case you haven't seen it. But if you have, the first season has 6 episodes, kind of like The Office does, and it wasn't the best. It didn't have the best reception. And then the second season was kind of where they found their footing. And there was also this character, Mark, in season 2, who, let me just tell you guys right now, I like this show. I like it a lot. I think it's funny. The characters, the cast works great together in my own opinion. But what I'm going to mention to you is I think what The Office does way better is the characters, in my opinion, because they keep the characters throughout all the seasons. They bring in new characters, and even when they send Michael off in, like, I forget what season it is, like 7, they do it in a heartfelt way. And they send a couple characters off here in this show. Specifically, I'm just gonna mention it in season 6 here. Mark, Chris, and Ann, right there, who are in the season, and they're not in the last season, which it's fine if they get rid of characters. But I felt like there were 2 main characters, even though Michael left in The Office, it felt like there were huge core characters for them to stay there. I don't know. There was something missing from those 2 characters in the last season of Parks and Recreation. And then the character Mark here in season 2, it felt like he was someone who could have stuck around more, and he's just automatically gone. He's there throughout the entire first 6 episodes, and then all the way throughout season 2, and he's just gone. And The Office doesn't do that. It's not like, oh yeah, we have a character and then we lost them. They continuously kept all the characters, and in season 2 of Parks and Recreation, at the end of the episode, or in the finale of season 2, they bring in Ben and Chris. So they haven't even been in the series up until season 3 pretty much. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like The Office just does a way better job at using characters since season 1. That's how I feel, because from season 1, you know the entire cast, and then throughout the different seasons, they bring in new characters to engage with. I really love that, and that's just my personal opinion. And there's certain moments in Parks and Recreation here throughout all the characters that are absolutely hilarious. There's certain moments in each of the seasons. I mean, there's certain cast members. They have Catherine Hahn, Paul Rudd as Bobby Newport, and just certain icons, faces, celebrities that you realize, oh, that's that person, and certain funny moments throughout. Like the most iconic moment I think for me is the episode with in this show with Paul Rudd's character, the debate when they're going back and forth, and it's just nonstop funny one-liners. But other than that, I mean, there's some moments with Jerry that's hilarious, and Chris's character, Rob Lowe's character, Chris is really funny. But I feel like the cold opens and certain moments, like in The Office with Diversity Day, the fire drill, the stress relief is a great episode. There's certain moments in The Office that you can just rack off the top of your head. Excuse me, guys. I got a phone call right in the middle of that, so I had to do a brief cut there. I don't. Again, as I was saying, I was talking about like the moments, funny moments, comparing this with The Office, and I know it's comparing apples to oranges somewhat, but this show is the same creators as that. Like, I'm not trying to say, oh yeah, I'm comparing them because they're both sitcoms, but it's the same guy. It's the same creators. It's the same Michael Schur and Greg Daniels who did this in The Office. You know, in my head, like when I started watching this, I was like, oh, I haven't seen Community either. And that's kind of in the same style, I would almost kind of say. But that show I have not, I've only seen one episode of, or a couple episodes of Community. But this show, I feel like is definitely in the same vein as The Office because you can compare the two. But this one, I just love The Office way more. I've heard people, I've looked up videos on YouTube about Parks and Rec, about like what's better, like people's opinions. And I've seen some people say that they like this better. No judgment, no shame, like no disrespect. If you like this better, let me know in the comments below, like what you think of this show. I just personally, in my own opinion, I got a big kick out of The Office. Like I would rewatch The Office in a heartbeat, all the way through. After finishing the Parks and Rec, there were certain moments, again, like I said before, I mentioned that there's certain moments in this show that are really funny. I love the characters. I love Adam Scott. I love Aubrey Plaza. Amy Poehler's funny. Excuse me. All of them are funny. Jerry's quite funny. I like Ron Swanson, Nick Offerman, but none. I mean, they are all good. And in season 7, when it does the time jump, like in season 6, it's like, oh, that's a good resolution, and then all of a sudden it just kicks in season 7 right at your face. And it's like, no Chris and Ann, no, it's a time jump. And then there's all these random episodes, like stuff's happening, and there's a story. But then there's the Johnny Karate episode, which is funny, but it feels disjointed from the season. And then there's the finale. And it feels like they're just trying to have a resolution in the show. But The Office, I feel like, builds it up because there's that documentary thing that they're doing in The Office, and this doesn't feel like I don't know. I also like in The Office that it feels like there's a camera crew walking around with them and that they're making the documentary. In this, it just feels like they're randomly there for some odd reason, and you're not quite sure why. But I don't know. At the end of the day, I really like this series, but it doesn't come quite near as close where The Office does, and that's just my own personal opinion. I like the cast here. Don't come at me like, oh my gosh, you hate Parks and Recreation. No, I just love The Office way more. And by the way, I want to say that there's a couple submissions on Lego Ideas for Parks and Recreation sets. I looked this up after The Office set came out. In real life, not was the submission, but the real life Office set came out on shelves. People were like, Parks and Recreation submissions, check them out. So as I was watching the show, I looked them up, and there's a couple great submissions on Lego Ideas. So be sure to check those out on Lego Ideas if you'd like to get it made. I definitely pick up a Parks and Rec Lego set, but just for my own personal opinion, where I stand on this show, I like it a lot. I think it's funny. I would watch it again with someone, but if I was to watch any show or another show by myself, like from start to finish, it would be The Office, definitely. anytime, anywhere, any person, any place. So, with that said, let me know in the comments below if you have seen Parks and Rec, and if not, I'm sorry, I did kind of spoil a couple things here and there. I mean, I did mention that a couple characters leave, but I'm sorry, I had to do that for character's sake. But I didn't mention anything else, so any other relationships or this or that. But let me know if you agree with my thoughts down in the comments below. What show do you like better, The Office or Parks and Rec? I'd like to know your thoughts on it. I'd like to know your thoughts on this show. And as always, guys, stay tuned for more videos like these and more videos coming out in the near future. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram at BobaFettJediMaster. Links down below. Don't forget to keep calm, play the go. See you guys in the next video. Peace out. Bye, everyone.